plasma is the most adequate delivery method or container or medium for these galactic Akashic codes, memories, remembrances to come through. Greetings and welcome to Activations with JJ. I'm excited to have you join me for this episode all about cosmic remembrance. If you've been listening to me for a while, you know this is a theme that I've been talking about for the last few weeks and beyond, but it's really come forward since Pluto in Aquarius. And I was sitting as I was preparing to record this podcast and I felt fuzzy. And so I wanted to share this with you because I think it's important for maybe you to get a little glimpse of my process as I'm bringing these forward and creating these podcasts for you. And I wasn't quite feeling like I was there with what I wanted to bring forward. And so some of the tactics that I use when I feel like I need to just tweak my energy a little bit is listening to music, meditating, but just being in silence was what was wanting to come forward. So as I sat in silence, I immediately was reminded of an Instagram reel that I saw just a few days ago, and I'll share the link below, from one of my friends. Her name is Gail, and she goes by the Bougie Healer. Some of you probably follow her too. And she said, listen, the Galactic Federation is here on Earth. It is us. And she said her guides came forward and reminded her of that. They're like, why are you looking out there? They're right here. And so my guides also reminded me of that. They said, that's the message. What happens as we are expanding and looking towards the stars is that we tend to feel that teeter-totter go all the way, and then we need to bring it back to the middle. So they said, before you talk more and more and more and more about galactic remembrance, it's really important for everyone to understand that they are accessing something outside themselves at the same time that they're accessing something inside themselves. So when I talk about accessing the galactic Akashic records, I'm also talking about accessing your DNA, your galactic DNA. And this came forward so powerfully just a few days ago in our starseed connection circle. I had a record number of people attend that circle, and it was mind-blowing. We did some grid work, all of us together. Over 120 people were there on the Zoom call, and it involved what I was just talking about. We were gridding the galactic Akashic records, but we were told we were also gridding our DNA. And so we were able to sort of switch back and forth and see it as without, so within, as within, so without. So today, I feel a variety of messages coming through, with the main message being, as you are exploring your cosmic origins, it's important to know that you need to go inside as much as you look outside, bringing that balance there. And so just starting off today, I felt drawn to tune in and bring in some light language. I knew this was going to be a different podcast. So we'll just call in the star mothers. I feel the Pleiadian star mothers coming forward. To bring us some clarity. Because what I am feeling is that as we experience activation of our remembrance, whether it's conscious or unconscious, or cellular or DNA remembrance, we need to pace ourselves. We need to take some time and calibrate to those memories. And so I feel like that's why they're stepping in. So just allowing yourself to, again, receive these calibration codes. Yes. Yes, they are saying, pace yourselves. Pace yourselves. There's no such thing as time. You have all the time in the world. Just see it that way. We are not in a hurry. Let this unfold organically. Don't force. Just let it happen. Just surrender to the opening. And what I feel coming forward is a lot of you, as we're bringing up these topics of accessing our galactic guides and our galactic families and tuning into our own galactic lifetimes, there's some frustration with our psychic abilities. And there's this, like, I hear the word block all the time. I feel really blocked when I'm connecting this and that. So I want to sit with that for just a moment and allow you to feel into any programming you might be holding around a perceived block to your cosmic origins. So taking a deep breath. And there are actually two main reasons two solutions, I would say. Two solutions to feeling these blocks. One that's come forward in the last little while is unworthiness. And that's not one that I expected, but I'm going to tell you right now, that was something I personally experienced. I've seen it in other people, but when I personally experienced it the other day, I knew that it was coming forward for a lot of us. So there's definitely this idea that we're not worthy to reconnect, and it's holding back maybe that awareness or that tapping in to our galactic guides, our galactic selves, and our galactic memories. And the second thing that I felt come forward as a tool is the multidimensional soul integration, which was really interesting because, again, you probably heard me talk about it. It's a modality that I do. We just finished our fall cohort. Multidimensional soul integration is allowing you to essentially reintegrate or reconnect in a really deep way with a parallel life, a parallel version of yourself, to merge with their gifts and all of their wisdom and embody that in this lifetime. And some of you might wonder, well, why would we do that? Like, aren't we supposed to be separate? Like, is that mixing stuff that shouldn't be mixed? If that's happening, they had a contract to do that. And the way I see it is that we clone ourselves to go have a bunch of experiences. And then when we need all that wisdom that we got from cloning ourselves, we come back. We come back and we reabsorb it into the lifetime that needs it the most. And I've talked about this before. This particular incarnation needs all the gifts, all the tools. In fact, this month, the month of December, which we're not quite in yet, I felt really called to specialize in a galactic remembrance session. And I'll actually be incorporating multidimensional soul integration into that. As you access your galactic Akashic records, I feel that there's an opening and that many people that experience these one-on-one sessions will have that. Now, you can integrate a soul aspect by yourself. So that might happen right now in the podcast. I don't even know. But I do want to put that idea into your awareness because it is a tool for expanding the clairs so that you don't feel so quote unquote blocked. Again, it's a perception, but that is the word that many of us use. And we're being invited to also remember to pace ourselves, just as the Pleiadian star mothers came in and said a moment ago. And so taking a deep breath and just tuning into your body for a moment. This beautiful vessel. These are the Orion star mothers coming forward. And I felt them very connected to embodiment practices lately. It's like they're overlighting the anchoring in of these galactic frequencies. And it's more than just an anchoring in, because even when I use the word anchor in, it's implying that we're anchoring in something outside of ourselves. Technically, we are also reactivating our DNA that's already there. So something that was powered down is going to be powered back up again, light up. I've seen it. as the strands of DNA are connected to each of the galactic root races. This is what I talked about a couple of weeks ago. I feel the Orion Star Mothers are reminding us about posture, which is interesting. They're reminding us about lengthening our posture, lengthening our physical vessel, maybe just like stretching. I'm seeing this. They're showing me this stretching, that we're compressed. So this could be energetic and physical. So again, the reason why I'm bringing all this up is because I went to record this podcast about cosmic remembrance, and it was like, okay, we need to do the things that will help us really, really create the fertile foundation, or the fertile soil, I should say, for this remembrance to be seated in, so that it is not integrated and then fall away because it did not land properly in the body and even in the DNA at quantum levels. Be gentle with yourselves. Be gentle with yourselves. Be gentle with your bodies. So that's a beautiful message from them. I feel like this is going to be a lot of messages from our star families. I'm welcoming it because I was a little bit at a loss, and I was like, oh, there's something about this. Move your body just a little bit right now as we transition into the next message. So I'm seeing a lot of codes. I'm seeing a lot of galactic frequencies weaving together. And I'm seeing the strands of the DNA. I'm seeing the spiraling energy. It's like all these threads coming together to form one bigger, more ample thread, more expanded, sort of like a rope. All of the tiny pieces coming together. Braiding together, like a braid. Braided together. This is kind of what we did at our Starseed Connection Circle. And with that many people, it was just so amazing to feel how, as we were accomplishing the grid work we were accomplishing, it was so much amplified by the number there. And by the way, I will be having a free solstice gathering. That's the Starseed Connection Circle theme for December. We're doing it on solstice. And the theme for that is really cool. I'll talk about it a little bit more in the December podcast, the energy update that's coming out in a few days. I have another Galactic family coming in. I'm not sure who they are yet. This is an ascended frequency Annunaki. So I think that they've had a bad rap, and they're telling me, because I'm like, are you sure you're Anunnaki? Yes, they are. We exist at all frequencies. So the human collective just has programming that are causing them to tune into the lower vibrational the Akashic records, the Anunnaki Akashic records of the lower frequency. So there are higher frequency versions of these star beings, and they are very tied to Earth, and they are also coming forward in this ascended way, just like the Orion beings came through for me a few months ago. And they said, we come to redeem ourselves in your eyes, in a way. Because again, they knew that they had a bad reputation, and that in certain frequencies and in certain paradigms or planes of existence, that there's other events that we focus on, but they're coming forward because they're able to meet us now at the frequency we're at. We're vibrating at a higher frequency So this version of our star families is coming forward. We've completed our contract tuning into the lower vibrational frequencies. The lessons have been learned. We are done. And we are now being offered a connection with these star families that are, again, very woven into the Akashic records of Gaia to repair and to reconnect and to weave together to benefit ourselves, to benefit Gaia, to benefit the collective. This is actually, I think, some information that I'm not going to bring through explicitly today, how these Anunnaki beings are coming in. They're really coming in with these light codes. So I'm going to say a little bit more from them. And I'd love for you to share in the comments what you feel their messages are saying to you. Ang daide korek, narek daide korek, ang jektuk sing nagar, muriant katakor, yandokor kyanaktoirek shiata karaya. Just like the Orions, I'm feeling something about the physical body. Something about physical body upgrades is coming through with regards to these Anunnaki beings, these guides, family. Another family coming in now. Minati, Omananiti, Yanananiti, Koriki. These ones I cannot place. So again, I'm interested what you think. I'll see if it comes forward. Yatikai, Yasotoi, Itai. I'm not able to attach them to a particular star. Oh, okay. It popped in. Now, some of you might have already gotten it, and if it's different than mine, don't discount it because it could be hybrid. I'm getting some Polarian energy. The Polarians have been coming in, so the North Star. They're more like fairies or elementals. And they're very connected to the Northern Lights, to Aurora Borealis. It's a sentience. The Aurora Borealis is a sentience that is connecting with us right now. There's sort of a mediator between us and all of these new galactic frequencies that are coming forward. Yes, they are assisting our physical body to best integrate. Koatima tokalia kiparkoyaniti. So they're letting me know that themselves and others are able to assist us to more easily move through this galactic and cosmic remembrance in an embodied way. And you can see there's a theme here. It's almost like the theme of the podcast is turning into allowing for a cosmic remembrance that's embodied, like embodying our cosmic essence, embodying cosmic remembrance. I can just feel that is a better way to express what's coming through right now. Ita hosha, ita ho ikika arkok ashgarknitoko, ita hosha ktaktoshiat porinati sukroti. This is the Lyrans. Garknya sukoshia raktusiat koyana. And they've always been, for me, absolutely supportive of our embodiment, of managing and navigating ascension from a physical perspective, like all the time. I remember last year when they came through during the Star Mothers Flower Frequencies course, I could just feel that they kept saying, we're here to help you with embodiment. We're here to help you with embodiment. Arkia, they're very tied to the plants the plants. And so you might actually have coming into your awareness right now specific plants that you might want to connect to. Not just to ingest, but to just literally walk up to and touch. Any and all natural products, they're saying. Like, I see bark, I see stone. This is here for us to support the integration process, the embodiment of the Galactic Akash. Like, I'm literally hearing it, but we're downloading the Galactic Akash into our bodies. I've talked about this before. It is one of the themes for November, but they're really driving it home right now. They're saying it's an ongoing process. So it's absolutely appropriate to continue to talk about it because we're going to continue to feel it in our bodies. And whether it's conscious or unconscious, it is happening. And what I'm hearing is that this is tied to the plasma light bodies. And what I'm feeling is that the plasma is the most adequate delivery method or container or medium for these galactic Akashic codes, memories, remembrances to come through. And for that reason, we are now able to hold a greater range, a wider variety of galactic frequencies because we are bringing online where I've had so many upgrades over the last little while, these plasmic light bodies. The amount of plasma, the percentage of plasma in our bodies is increasing, which is expanding our capacity to fully embody our galacticness. That's the word I hear. Our galactic essence, or our stardust essence. There's so many beautiful ways we could say it. And my inner child is just loving the glitter. I see all the glitter. I see the glitter raining down upon us. O ganyak tukori, kanyak tukori. O ganyak tukori, gonayak tukori. I have the Andromedan star mothers coming in now, and I feel like this is kind of where we're finishing. That they're working with the DNA. You can join me, even if you've never spoken light language before. I'm going to go a little bit slower for you so you can copy. Tick tack tick 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 tack 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 tick 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 tick. You barely move your lips. You're just moving your tongue a little bit. Big deep breath. So much gratitude for all of those incredible beings who stepped forward. Our galactic family. So I'd like to hold space for any, well, that was Arcturian. Hang on. I'm like, oh, there's the Arcturians. Okay, no, they're like, we're good. We're just like helping calibrate. I'd just like to hold space for you to tune into your body right now. Listen to your body right now. Like, take a pause, take a moment, listen to your body right now. While I do these Arcturian codes that want to come through. They're telling me that you're also welcome to imitate this because it'll benefit you too. Speak it as well, along with me. Big deep breath again. We are complete. Whoa, this was not a regular podcast episode. I just keep feeling that the messages are shifting so much, like incorporating so much more light language because things I cannot say in English, I cannot say them. Does not work. The energies come through better with the codes. And so that being said, thank you. just thank you for holding space for this. Focus on the embodiment of our cosmic remembrance. And I hope that even just this theme coming forward today is beneficial for you, because it hopefully will allow you to pause and reflect on ways that you can better honor your body through these phases of opening and remembrance. And I'm telling you, the galactic remembrance theme, the cosmic remembrance theme, however you want to see it, is going to just expand. You'll see with the December monthly energy update. I promise you. I think this is why this coming Sunday, I decided to do, it just popped in my mind and I named it Starseed Remembrance Activation. And I feel that it's going to include an amplified embodiment practice for us. That's what I'm feeling. There are also 7 steps that I was told I would be taking everybody through. This did not pop in until last week, but there are 7 steps, and I think they're mostly going to come through light language. But I feel that it's part of the embodiment. It's necessary. At first, I thought there would be 12 with the 12. It threw me off, but they're like, no, we need to start with 7. We need to start with 7. So there are 7 steps. They're going to go down the chakras, the 7 chakras that we, predominantly use. And I believe that some of you will expand that. There'll be more to it. But if you feel called to join us, even if you can't join us live, you'll get the playback. This is happening on the 1st of December. And if you're listening to this way after the fact, the playback will be in my store. So if you just go to my website and look up Starseed Remembrance Activation, the word that keeps coming in over and over again is remembrance codes. That's another reason why I think I did this podcast today, because we needed to pause and do the embodiment piece before I bring in more remembrance codes. And I'm bringing them in. Other people are bringing them in. So many of us are bringing them in. So allowing the remembrance to occur both within and without, being conscientious of a balanced journey, you could say, is really what I want to wrap up with. And also just express my gratitude, so much gratitude for all of you. Like I said, that we're just expanding in what we can accomplish. I want to invite you one more time. I do this quite frequently, but come and join our Starseed community. What we're doing in there is so hard to describe with words, but we have our monthly energy update. It's live, where I take a Q&A that's coming up on December 1st as well. So I have 2 big things happening on December 1st. And I can't wait to dive really deep into the themes. They are powerful themes. They have to do with some really incredible, basically, like our soul purpose, like missions. This is about like our mission, why we embodied. And I feel like we have about 1% of our mission that like Pluto and Aquarius. And now that we've hit Pluto and Aquarius, there's just this sense of surrender and flow that is going to open, like just blow everything wide open. Another reason why embodiment is so important and pacing ourselves. But the reason why you're here is multifaceted and multi-layered. And you may already kind of have an idea, but I'm telling you, they say you only know 1% of why you're here. There's another 99% that's going to unfold as we begin to access these galactic Akashic records. And some of it will just blow your mind. I can feel it. I don't like to say blow your mind, but expand your mind. That's a better word. It will expand your mind. Oh, my friends. Wow. What an honor to literally be on the planet with you at this time. Every day, I am stunned by the beings that walk into my Los Angeles cosmic sanctuary to do a one-on-one, or that step into a Zoom meeting with me. And I'm like, whoa, I just feel so honored to even be here with you on the planet at this time. So many magical beings, with so much cosmic wisdom and experience. It's an exciting thing. My inner child loves it. So I'll try to end the podcast now, I promise. I will end it now. I am sending you so much love. I am reminding you that I am you and you are me and we are we. And my inner child wants to say, we are we. And so it is. I will see you next time.